When we purchased this piece of property in 2022, apparently about a week after we closed on it, a note was slipped under the door which said,
I don't know what you're planning to do with this space, but if you just bought it and you want a brewery here, please give me a call.
We had a tenant, they had a lease for another 2 years, so it was not available. But Tom was persistent. My vision was live, work, play. We started with Work Bar, so that was our first renovation. And then we started looking into doing apartments here. And then we have one more building. I wanted to make sure that we did something fun with it. And we're fortunate we have the Millbrook running right through the middle of the property. We have the bike path, and we're located on Mass Ave. According to town planners, this is the trifecta of sites.
I'm a new resident comparatively to my other neighbors. Where the Artemis apartment building is now, that's where my kid learned how to bike ride. In an open lot back there where, it was mostly landscaping companies and such that would park their vehicles here and leave early in the morning and come back. And then it was pretty quiet. With the new apartment building, there's been an uptick in vehicles, especially parking along this area overnight, turning the wrong way down the street. When the apartment building was going up, they reached out to us and had us in Zoom meetings with them talking about the build. And that forged the community relationships within our neighborhood group. We really came together and had to be really strong to push against some of the things in that build.
What? So you're saying this isn't on the demo plan?
As the architects on the project, we helped Tom bring his vision to life. A lot of the planning in the first phase was about the site plan and how people will move around the building, get to the building, and also occupy the outdoor garden. And then we started thinking about the interior of the building and the functions of everything from the kitchen to his brewery.
They invited us all over to have, try out their product and meet them and have a little get together to start off our relationship, which was really a nice invitation. We, as a community, came together and created a cohesive letter to kind of promote all of the things we were thinking about. I think the middle schoolers need to be the central design client for the street. There needs to be a sidewalk dedicated for them. Parking, people are not going to park along the street and take up all the spots. I hope more people would be on their bikes and have more of a bike area. We're here to just be good neighbors.
We might need to take a trip to this one. Not just to go eat Goodman's food, but just
These guys are right next to. And if we want to put some perforated fencing on this, maybe just we wouldn't do it solid. As we got closer and closer to actually needing to raise the money, we had more and more people coming from the community who had come to our events and had our beer and were really excited about what we were trying to do and wanted to support it. People would ask us, hey, you guys looking for investors? And the answer was always yes.
Certainly investing in something like a small business that's local is risky, but I think we took a calculated risk. Also, my husband started his own consulting company, and when I started the Little Fox Shop, that was kind of just on a dream, and I've helped grow and build Arlington Eats, so I think we understand what it takes to make things kind of grow.
So this whole area is going to be brewery. So over there, the beer.
And I've lived in Arlington about 10 years now with my family. We wanted the excellent beer that is Arlington beer. And we wanted that to be the cornerstone of a community space, a space for spreading joy, a space that people want to come to and want to experience.
Usually when you're investing, right, it's a pragmatic approach. You're doing, your own diligence and research and things of that nature. This was a completely emotional decision. Like all of that stuff went out the window. As much as, the technical metrics would say that the craft brewing industry is slowing down demonstrably, it is, right? But community isn't.
Right now in Massachusetts, we are 200 breweries strong, employing more than 4,000 locals. Things have definitely slowed down and settled. We're certainly not seeing the consumer base showing up the way that they did 10 years ago. Our brewing community is feeling it. We're experiencing a shrinking pool of consumers. Our younger drinkers, 21 to 30, they're drinking less. We're seeing, just consumer shifts because of COVID. People are working from home. They're not going out for happy hour after. And just the cost to do business is extraordinarily high right now. From everything from your electricity to the grain that you're getting to the health insurance that you're providing for your staff if you're lucky enough to be able to do that.
Craft beer has been on a meteoric rise the last 20 years, and it's finally leveled out. That is not great for the industry, but I think we actually are coming to the industry at a time where it's not too big of a deal for us. Arlington doesn't have a brewery. If you look at the map of breweries in the state, Arlington is a desert. I think the successful breweries are the ones that are figuring out that it's not just about having a liquid in a can on a shelf somewhere. It's about having that connection to the community and the customers, and that's what we've been about from day one.
Smaller breweries that are in suburban areas are really able to connect with their community in a way that they're always full. It's the go-to spot.
Beer's been around for thousands of years. It's going to stick around. We need a special permit to operate a brewery in Arlington. It's part of the zoning bylaw. We're hoping for a smooth process, but we just really don't know what to expect. Environment is primarily driven by number of seats in the quote restaurant.
It is an interesting change in the neighborhood. We're going from sort of a landscape company to a functioning brewery right off the bike path. So there are some things that, the board will consider and that should be considered while evaluating this project.
This is definitely a one-shift brewery.
Is it possible that the board will say no to this? It's always possible. I don't speak for the board. They are their own entity. They make their own decisions.
I think the town is very supportive of what we're trying to do. I think the ARB knows that. The question is is the site the right site for it? I think it is. I think it's probably the best site that we could possibly hope for in town. But you never really know. That's why you have the hearings.
Nowhere in the letters of support or the application itself was there acknowledgement of the burdens that this could create. What is being proposed goes way beyond a brewery. The reality of dropping a taproom and restaurant directly into the middle of a residential neighborhood should give everyone pause.